This Sunday finds us
at Parara Campground.
Let's take a look at how we got here.
We started the week in Warooka.
We're at the Warooka Progress Association RV camp, and as you can see there's plenty of space, although they say there's only 20 sites. And this is where Sir Gallivant's parked up for a couple of days. As you can see, fairly level. There's a few potholes, but we got ours level, no dramas. Next to the footy ground. Over the other side of the footy ground is a playground for the children, which is pretty cool. There's also a flushing toilet, a dump point and fresh water, access to bins, and it's a short walk into town. And this is $10 a night, maximum stay, 2 nights. This is one of the best. I don't know about the best, but this is really good value. So we've driven half an hour?
Yeah, about that.
Driven about half an hour from the camp to Marion Bay. Don't know a lot about Marion Bay. There's a few drives that we're going to tackle at stages. Like I said, we've only got the day here. I feel like a day, well, I know a day's not going to be enough, but we'll definitely have a look around. Oh, there's water and a jetty. 2 of our favourite things. We're at Edithburgh Innes National Park. Now, I apologise if I've pronounced that wrong, but pronunciation is something I struggle with. So this is a map of the national park. You can camp here. We can't because we've got a cat, so you can't have pets here because it's a national park. So we've brought a parks pass, which is $13.50, and we're going to do the loop drive, which is about 30 or 40 kilometres. And on the back of it is a list of stops and walks you can do. Each walk has the distance and the level of difficulty. So there's quite a bit to do. It's going to be at least a full day, and we're going to start off with the Stenhouse Bay lookout walk, 2-kilometre loop. Let's have a look at that. So the Stenhouse Bay lookout loop was fantastic. There's some old remnants of the mining past. Every bit of scenery is just fantastic. You walk around every corner and it's just more and more beautiful. So Stenhouse Bay, we're going to go and find our next walk. We've only allowed a couple of hours to do this. We were told 4 to 5. I'm not even sure if 4 to 5 would be enough.
No. We've spent so much time already and only been to 3 spots. So
yeah. We're not sure how much more we're going to get to go and see because there's some longer walks that we don't have time for and we're not prepared for, and we didn't bring lunch. Once again, unprepared. But if you got a chance to camp here, man, it would be fantastic. You could easily spend a week in this campground or any of these campgrounds and explore the national park. It's bloody beautiful. Every time you turn around a corner, it's just more beautiful. We were watching a black shark fish for an hour. I'd go back there and watch for another 3 hours. It's just a beautiful spot to be. And how much again, Tanya?
$13.50.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at this little lake. This is near the township of Inniston. Look how blue it is. It's bloody beautiful.
No, it's beautiful.
Oh, beautiful.
And some of these buildings are now private residence.
Oh, nice.
So as you can see, this one here would be private residence with their chairs out on the veranda.
Please respect the
privacy
of cottage residents. Cool. Well, we won't film them anymore.
No, you can, because you can film the beautifulness of it.
And this old wreck. The stonework is bloody amazing. I do like the way that the National Park has given us plenty of information around Indigenous stories and creation and totems and all that sort of stuff, because it's very important to acknowledge our First Nations. But I think it's also important to acknowledge some of the hardships that our early colonial settlers, miners and the like had to endure, because this would be a tough, rough environment to live in. Here we have Tanya going out to investigate some emus. She loves emus.
Come at me, will you save me?
Maybe.
What a weird, beautiful bird.
Are they? Emus.
And this is like my first good picture of truly native ones.
Yeah. Out in the wild, in their environment. Cool. We're heading off from Warooka today. And I just wanted to... This is a cracking little campsite. For $10 a night. A walk into town. Town's got everything you need. It's got the got a servo, supermarket, butcher shop. It's got a pub, post office, and it's got a coffee van. So that's where I'm going this morning. Grab a coffee before we head back and head off to the next stop. We're at the Edithburgh Caravan Park. As you can see, it's right on the foreshore. And there's Basil and Sir Gallivant set up. Tanya's just making her way to the car. We're going for a drive. But it's a big camp. There's lots of sites. There's quite a lot of annuals. And I will say, the sites that the annuals are using are bloody spotless. There's heaps of cabins, as you can see. Some of them are right on the water's edge, basically. Sitting up there having a Cosmo would be brilliant, wouldn't it? And as we go around, there's more foreshore, concrete pads, and quite a few vans. Although, as we go through the seasons, there's less and less people about. But it's a really well kept camp. The toilet blocks and that over our way are a little bit old and a bit dated. But like everything, you only really worry that they work and they're clean. And they do work and they are clean. So, beautiful views from all these sites, isn't it? This is the camp kitchen. Got this protected little barbecue area, which is always good for the barbecues. And then the lovely camp kitchen, a couple of ovens, a couple of microwaves, big telly. You can sit here at the bench and have a feed while you're looking at the ocean. So at the back of the park, there's another barbecue area with 4 barbecues under a bit of shelter, a few gravel sites. Where we are, you get these en-suites. So each en-suite has a toilet and a shower. So you can go in there and lock yourself in and do yourself some cleaning, which is always good fun. Which is just your typical playground. So it's a big park. It's an oldish park, immaculately clean, immaculately well kept. And the views are just beautiful. So, Edithburgh Caravan Park. Pretty cool. In the past, I've been a Pink Lake skeptic. I haven't been able to see the beauty that other people have. But this Pink Lake near Yorktown is actually quite beautiful. Look, I'm still arguing with the term pink. It's more of a pinkish. But this has a lovely area to pull off the road, which some of them don't. They've also made this walkway where you can walk out in the middle of the Pink Lake. So on the drive here, we've stopped at a couple of Pink Lakes. Insert photo. But this one, this is fantastic. Now, I don't know whether it's, well, I don't know the history, but across the road there's a cemetery and called the Pink Lake Cemetery. And there's no town here, so I can just imagine that people choose to get buried at the Pink Lake Cemetery so they can overlook this. And that seems reasonable. It would make for a cracking sunset coming up over this. Sunrise. It would make for a cracking sunrise coming up over this. There you go. What are your thoughts, Tanya? Is it pink?
It is. It is. It's cool.
It is cool. Yeah, even if it's not a brilliant smack you in the face pink, it is quite cool. And it's big.
It is. Very big.
Yeah. Alright. The Pink Lakes between Yorktown and Edithburgh. Yeah, worth the drive.
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
So 5 k's away from Edithburgh is the Cabowie Hotel, and our neighbours at the caravan park suggested we come here and do the squid snitty with the creamy garlic prawns. Thank you so much, because that was bloody worth every cent. How'd you go with it, Tanya?
Oh, it was good. I couldn't eat it all. It was huge.
So if you are in the area, Cabowie, squid snitty with the creamy prawns.
Beautiful.
So you'll see up on the hill there's a caravan park. There's a side gate. That's the breakwater for the boat ramp. And this is the Edithburgh Fisherman's Wharf. So this isn't the main wharf in Edithburgh, but it is a fisherman's wharf. And there's a big school of little fish. Yeah. So what you do need to remember is that you do get keys for the amenities And that key also gets you in that back gate. So if you do forget your key, it's a fair walk all the way around. This is a good little jetty. That is a good little jetty. Oh, what are those fish? Tanya, come here.
Wow.
We're going for a walk today into town along the foreshore. And it's not a very long walk, but it's a pretty walk. So there's the caravan park. And then if you just cross the road, you come to the foreshore and you got this beautifully bitumen path track all the way in.
Which is part of the Walk the York.
Part of Walk the York.
So look at us go.
Yep. Now the walk has lots of information and bits about the history, which is pretty interesting. It also has mosaics. Mosaics, or as I'd like to say, mosaics.
Oh, don't be mean.
Yeah.
People love them.
Don't know why. On the Edithburgh jetty watching seagulls catch fish. And the jetty itself is, I don't know, it's got a concrete top. So it's smooth and it's easy to access and it's nice and wide. But it just
lacks the character.
Just like the character of a timber jetty. And these old shoulders, I suppose, that people use when they fish. The town itself is beautiful. The jetty, not as beautiful. Now,
it does the job.
It's a good jetty, but it's just not quite as beautiful as the rest of the town. Now I'm going to throw in some photos of some of the buildings in town because they're just beautiful. Edithburgh is a beautiful town. What do you think of the little walk along?
It's been very nice.
Yeah. There's lots of information around the early colonisation of this area, the early industries, and there's lots of little signs. And this is the reason I wanted to come here. It's an actual pool that they've built that fills up with tidal water. It's a tidal pool. Now that has to be one of the coolest pools we've ever seen. Like, looks a little bit dated with the blue that they've chosen to paint and everything. But seriously, that is fantastic. The Edithburgh tidal pool. Imagine you're sitting there in that pool and you get to look out to all the water. Right. That's one thing off the Edithburgh bucket list. We're at Parara. Tell us a bit about it, Tanya.
It's an book online campground, $20 a night. You can do 7 nights, pay for 5. So it ends up being just under $15 a night if you do that, which we've chosen to do.
Have chosen to do, which is very good.
Yep, there is a drop toilet, which we checked them out to see whether we would actually use them or not. And this one is actually, in the world of drop toilets, pretty good.
It is pretty good.
It's a 6-minute drive into Ardrossan.
Beautiful. And we've had a bit of a look in Ardrossan, but we'll have a bit more of a look later. Now, we're a little bit away from the water today because we've set up Sir Gallivant, hopefully behind a little bit of protection, because the weather over the next couple of days is going to get windy and wet.
Yeah.
So we've got that bit of a bank up behind Sir Gallivant, and we may have to just sit out a couple of days and not do a lot.
See how it goes.
But we're also going to use this as a bit of a base to explore the area. It's half an hour up to Port Wakefield which we might get to.
Yeah, about 40 minutes.
20 minutes to Maitland, which is a bigger town. So yeah, so we could be stuck in the van doing nothing. We could be on the road exploring, or we could be just sitting here enjoying this beautiful spot. And remember, don't count the years.
Make the years count.